excuse me. Hi, and welcome to my worm bin feeding. This is my giant 40-gallon worm bin, and I think it's receiving its fourth feeding today. I think a week ago, under that paper towel, I fed this worm bin a good hunk of watermelon. And what else did we feed them? I believe that we fed them some peaches that I think I still see some, and I see some carrot greens. Let's peel back and investigate what we got going on. Not sure what all that white stuff is, but I've experienced this one time or another with my other bin. I believe it's biota. I don't know what it is. Looks like mold. Well, yeah, it's breaking down the food processes, and the worms eat it, and yeah. So as we look there in the center. Get my little strappy out of there, sorry about that. And let me retrieve my sensor that keeps falling off. I'm gonna have to fix that with a wire tie like I did the other one in the big bin. So if you look your attention right here, there's a caved in part here, and there's a ton of castings. These worms are devouring the paper products in this bin at an alarming rate. There's a nice worm ball going on. They're all running away from the light. There's a huge worm ball going on here, and I suspect when we start digging in, we're not going to dig in too deep, but like we did with the last bin. I want to investigate that the last zone. So there's a banana peel that's here. There's a nice worm colony feasting alongside of it. I'm gonna separate those peels so it's open. The wormies can get in there. Let's go next door. Move some of this paper out of the way. We got an apple down here that looks like it's untouched, and the peel is, I think, preventing the wormies from getting in. So I am that's the stem. Okay, I thought that was a wormy. So let me open this apple up so that the wormies can feast on it while it wasn't a fresh apple, it was a frozen apple at one point, and we're going to bury that down in this area down here. Let me open up a spot. Yeah, we gotta get in here and aerate. This paper product is wedging itself together down there, and I want the wormies to work down. I don't want it to not be edible for them, but there is wormy action down in it. That colorful stuff down there is the bedding I'm talking about. There's wormies down there. It's getting compacted, and I want to put some food down there, so let's put that apple in there for them. We'll move some wormies on top of it. Yeah, there's wormies all throughout this stuff. Go wormies. Go wormies. Get into town. They ate all the greens off the carrot tops, so that's what these are. Carrot stalks, and I gotta harvest my carrots, so the wormies are gonna get a lot of that. I'm not sure what that white stuff is. But there's a peach. Oh, wormy action. Lots of wormy action. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be rough. But I wanted to get down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's wormies. Let's poke open this apple for them. We'll cover these guys back over the apple. Inspect that. Yeah, they hollowed out the bottom of that watermelon. There it is. There's the worm bar. Oh, there is still some pink in there. Good wormies. Good job, wormies. Get to town. Alright, I do want to aerate. Let me look at this here video. We're 6 minutes in, so we're going to aerate this top corner. I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod so that you can see, possibly. Why can't I adjust this? This is the area in which I'm going to aerate this top corner. Move some of that paper down. Yeah, there's wormies working it. Good job, wormies. There's a lot of worms in this bin. And there's a lot of food in here, as well as the worms. Paper products down in there. This is the part of the bin that's been getting sprayed, so it's a little looser for the wormies to be traveling in. They don't like to do a big, go down deep, so there's paper. Yeah, there's wormies down in there. That's good. Let's move that over. Break that stuff up. So this bin started off as a half a bin of hamster bedding and hamster droppings, and the wormies love it. So the food is the fresh food and the frozen food that I put in here is a plus, because underneath they got a ton of food to be working on. But as AV does and Patrick does, every time they go in their bins, they fluff it up. So yeah, I can't be lazy and negligent, not going through it anymore. So yeah, we gotta work through part of the bin, keep it fluffy and aerated, even if it does disturb the wormies. They got a good amount of food. I don't really want to mess with that, so I'm gonna mess down into there. Yeah, the wormies are going all the way down too, so that's great. I'm gonna bury their feeding up this zone, since they know where their watermelon was, and they'll find the new watermelon. And maybe the flies won't. I'm sorry, wormies. These guys are gonna have some fresh foods from all the suffering and So this wormy bin's gonna get a nice hunk watermelon, and I'm gonna bury it. This bin's gonna get the other half of the dragon fruit. We'll bury that. This hunk of watermelon is going to get saved for that other bin, so we'll just set it there. And we're going to put a few of these peaches into, yeah, I'll save the strawberries for it. This other bin, I'm trying to get them all into the, yeah, I don't want to talk about the other bin. I'm feeding this one right now, so we'll put that stuff there, and then on the surface, I'll put just a little bit. And these guys can get the drippies. So, let me just move that one peach off top of there. Alright, so let's get our worm chow. I gotta get some seashell grit. So, sorry guys. I will lean you so that you can see. Let me turn on the screen. I won't leave you long, but there's the worm bin. Hey! Come on, tripod. Work with me here. Alright, you guys watch the worm bin. I'm going to reload the seashell here right now. Okay, sorry for that brief intermission. Hopefully it was brief for you. Along with mixing my seashell grit, and I've added to my seashell grit a little bit of basalt rock dust and a little bit of glacial rock dust as grit as well. So I'm not going to be trying to breathe this in. Thankfully, I have a fan blowing right on me. I'm going to aim that upward, and I'm going to just shake that grit stuff down, hopefully onto the food and not into my face and into the camera. I'm gonna take that lid off. Alrighty. This bin will get a scoop of worm chow. Now it's going to get a scoop and a half because it's a lot bigger. Extra worm chow. A little bit of seashell grit. And I'm not putting coffee in. It's too darn hot out here. Get my strap out of here again. And I don't want my bin to get hot anymore. So with that, we're going to grab the scoop. Let's break this clump up. And let's cool these wormies back over the fresh food, not frozen. And they're gonna find that food pretty quickly. Sure, they're mad that I've been digging them out of their nice slumber. You know, it rained a lot today, so I'm sure the wormies sensed it. And this bin does get a little bit of water in it. It's got holes in the side, and it's right near the door, so I'm sure they're getting a good breeze and hearing the lightning and noticing the pressure changes. So hopefully they're not pissed at me for stirring the bin up too much. But that layer's really, oh, what's that? That's a peach too. Sugar. Hey, wormies. I'm gonna put that one right there and these guys enjoy it. I'm gonna move this clump of wormies right back in there. I'll get another scoop of this stuff over here. Pull it back over. Sorry guys, camping this weekend and sleeping on the camper mattress. I gotta do something about how I got plenty of room to add extra mattress to it, so we gotta do that. Also gotta work on the roof on the camper too. That's a peach pit that I'm messing with. The wormies hanging around, climbing out of it. Sorry guys, I'll cover you back up. So just trying to find some stuff over here to cover these peaches over there with. And that strawberry. Yeah, I'm really happy. This bin's working good. These were romaine leaves that they didn't take part in. I guess they will at another time. But it'd be good stuff to cover up our feeding with. And I guess we can inspect the gate. Things over there, look. Hey, come on, rake. So again, this side, all that water is from the rainwater when I lifted the cover off. So we'll stretch this over, but I'm gonna tug it back to let that water drain off. And I wanna eliminate it, to be honest with you, but the wormies enjoy it still, and it does offer them some humidity under there. This mister does spray mainly up this end, not down this end. This end is downhill, so the water should disperse itself evenly throughout. Let's inspect the gate. Oh yeah, see, these wormies going to town. Oh, oh, look at that paper. There's a, hello, trespasser. I was looking for them outside because a couple of my nice heirloom tomatoes I've been working so hard to grow nicely have all these holes in them from one of these guys. That is a hornworm or a caterpillar. They enjoy eating holes, circular holes in your tomatoes, and they enjoy your leafy greens and your cabbages. So I'm glad he was attached to the romaine that I put in here and not gave away. I found another one of them up in I think it was the mini bin when I was digging in there a little earlier to take a peek. They came in on the leaves and were hanging out. So yeah, these wormies are doing a number on this bedding. It's a little clumpy, compacting itself to each other. That's what wet bedding normally does. It clumps together. But if you look in the corners, there's a good amount of castings too. These wormies are working hard at turning this stuff over. I can imagine that by December I'm gonna have to give them another load of paper. And I imagine all this paper bedding is going to be good for insulation value too. They'll be able to stay nice and warm. I hope I eventually want to get this 40-gallon bin up on the table. Get the 20 set on that table. Get the heaters all set up over there. Maybe put the 20 set. I don't know. Yeah, I'm running out of space here. That's my biggest issue. These things are taking over too much space, so I gotta trim them back, and we gotta get 8 or 10 trellises in this thing and still have an alleyway to get back and forth. It's gonna be difficult. Alright, I'm sorry guys, I know I've been blabbing. 23 minutes, this is going to take forever to download. Please hit that thumbs up, please subscribe. We're at 44, we're getting close to that 50 subscriber number I'd like to be at, so I can do live actions, unedited of course, but hey, most of my videos are unedited. Hey, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you watched till the end. Big thumbs up if you did. And I appreciate it. Love you guys. And hey, Wormies, doing a great job on this bin. We will be back in a week to feed you again. Bye-bye now.